Hello there, good morning. Welcome to this little training where I'll be talking about the basics of our Longrich business. The basics of our Longrich business. You can't understand it all once when you are being prospected, but here I've tried to break down the very basics of this business so that you can understand. The very first thing I'll be talking about is the PV. So I'm introducing the basic terms that we use in this business. PV. I'm sure you have heard about PV. Everything about Longrich is PVs. What's PV? PV is the product value. Every product has a value attached to it that makes it easy for you to earn from all countries. This is not the monetary value, it's different. The company pays bonuses on the PV and not the currency or monetary value of the product. They pay on the PVs. So let's look at some examples. You have the toothpaste. The big one has 3.5 PV, the small one has 1.2 PV. Even though in Nigeria you buy it for 1,550 for the big and 900 naira for the small. But no matter what the price is, the big is 3.5, the small is 1.2. So when you buy a toothpaste in Nigeria, you have 3.5 PVs added to your to you. Antiperspirant dew, it's 3.5 PV. The charcoal soap is 5 PV. The mosquito repellent is 4 PV. The hand cream is 3.5 PV. The salt milk is 4.2 PV. I said their currency, their prices vary, but the PVs are always what we use. So, who is a sponsor? Your sponsor is a person who introduced you to the business. For Longrich, your sponsor, as far as Longrich is concerned, is the person whose code was used as the person who brought you into the business. So I'll give an example. You come into the business and you sponsor your 3 children, and then you are bringing in your friend, and you put the sponsor of your friend as your 1-year-old child. As far as Longrich is concerned, that 1-year-old child brought your friend into the business. So yes, you sponsored, but when you are filling the form, you put your daughter as a sponsor and put her code as a sponsor. As far as Longrich is concerned, that person was sponsored by your daughter. That's why I explained it that way. And then you have placement. What's placement? Your location in the organizational chart. Anyone placed under you by your upline or yourself. So if you sponsored Mr. A and it's directly under you, you are both the sponsor and the placement. But if you sponsor Mr. G and you are putting him under another success line of yours called Mr. B, Mr. B is a placement while you are the sponsor. Let's look at it. This is you. You sponsor Mr. A. You are the sponsor, you are the placement. He's under you. Longrich is built on 3x3 metrics. You cannot have more than 3 legs directly under you. So you have brought in Mr. A. You are the sponsor, you are the placement. Your upline could have sponsored Mr. B and put him under you. So you are the placement of Mr. B, but not the sponsor of Mr. B. Mr. C can be your sponsor and your placement. But take note, because so you have A, B, C, and your first level is filled. Then you sponsor Mr. G. But because you love Mr. B and you want to help Mr. B build sponsorship, you now want Mr. A rather, now want Mr. A to sponsor Mr. G. It can't happen. Mr. A cannot sponsor Mr. G, but Mr. B can sponsor Mr. G. Mr. B cannot sponsor Mr. J, only Mr. C can sponsor Mr. J. Because when Mr. A logs into the portal, he sees only his tree. He sees himself, Mr. D, Mr. E, Mr. F. He doesn't see Mr. G, H, I. So he cannot sponsor Mr. G, H, or I. But because you are the head of this business structure, you are the head of this company, this conglomerate, you can sponsor across the legs. wherever you want. You can sponsor Mr. K, you can sponsor Mr. E, you can sponsor Mr. H. You are their sponsor, but placement will be Mr. B, A, or C as you decide. I guess you should understand that by now. So, sponsor and placement tree. All those recruited by you are in your sponsor tree. So let me go back to this again. Assuming you sponsored Mr. A, Mr. D, Mr. F, Mr. G, and Mr. K. When you click on your sponsor tree, all you will see is Mr. A, Mr. D, Mr. G, and Mr. K. You won't see the others because though they are in your organization, they were not sponsored by you. That's sponsor tree. But say placement tree. Placement tree is everyone within your organization, whether they are sponsored by you or not. So when I say placement tree, everybody here comes out. They are all your placement tree. They are all under you. I also have the term legs. What's leg? Each tree. So for you, you have 3 legs. Leg 1 is Mr. A, D, E, F, and all those under them. Leg 2 is Mr. B, G, H, I, and all those under them. And leg 3 is Mr. C, J, K, L, and all those under them. So when we run promos, for instance, and they say China promo, 40,000 PVs, 13,000 PV on each leg, all they're saying is this leg must have 13,000, this leg must have 13,000, this leg must have 13,000. It can be Mr. K that did the whole 13,000 with his team. It still counts for you as that leg. It might be Mr. G that did 13,000 here. It counts for you as that leg. But Mr. G could do 10, Mr. H 2, Mr. I 1. Total is 13. This leg will have been seen to do 13. And Mr. A, for instance, could do 5, Mr. D does 1, Mr. E does 5, Mr. F does 2, gets 13. This whole leg is 13. Whatever A and all those under him does comes together as one leg. So leg is each one of them. But for you, so you have 3 legs, and each of your legs also have 3 legs. But when we are looking at it, they all count here for you. So that is legs. What else? Level. Your level in the organization is your status, and this is dependent on only your personal activity. So there are basically 6 levels. Preferred customer. Those who sign up just to use our product and pick products less than 60 PV. For instance, you come up and say, you know what, I love your toothpaste, I want to be using your toothpaste, and you buy 3 toothpaste. One toothpaste, if you will remember, is 3.5 PVs, the big one, and you buy 3, that is 10.5 PVs. You are not yet 60 PV, you did not buy a combo, the system sees you as a preferred customer. You chose to pick products less than 60 PV, and you have a window of 3 to 4 weeks within which to upgrade to 60 PV or remain a preferred customer until the next window opens. They have Q Silver, that's another level. Q Silver, you can be either by picking products whose product value is equal to 60 PV but less than 120 PV. So you can pick products, you can pick the panty liner 50 PV, the soap 5 PV, buy 2 of them, that's 60 PV, that's a Q Silver. And you can buy much more, but once it's less than 120 PV, you are Q Silver. Or you can purchase the combo starter pack. That gives you only 4 PV, but the system sees you as Q Silver. But the difference is this: you come in as Q Silver. Unlike preferred customer, you have only 4 PV. Unlike the preferred customer that chose this product, you bought the pack of the company that is pre-arranged. So you are Q Silver, but you cannot earn commissions until you upgrade to 60 PV. But there is no time restriction. The upgrade window does not close for you to become a Q Silver. The system sees you as a Q Silver, just waits for your points to get to 60 and you start earning your commissions. That is Combo Starter Pack. Q silver. The next thing is silver. This is also like by picking products whose product value is equal to 120 but less than 240. If you are within 120 and 240, you are silver. For gold, from 240 but less than 720, you are a gold member. Platinum, you have products of 720 but less than 1680, you are a platinum customer. But for VIP, you are picking products whose value is equal to 1680 or more. So you could do 1684, 1685, 16 whatever, 1700. Some people, because of kind of products they pick, their PVs go that high. You are a VIP member. Now, understand with me, VIP is the highest level you can attain. Level, not ranking. I'm talking about level. The highest level you can attain as an individual in Longrich is VIP. Then we have the rank. Rank can be said to be your hierarchy in the organization. And your ranking starts from pre-diamond, which is 4 PV if you do the combo, to 719 PV. Anything in between is pre-diamond. That means if you do silver, you are pre-diamond. If you do Q silver, you are pre-diamond. If you do combo, you are pre-diamond. Anything you do that is less than 720 PV is pre-diamond. But the moment you become 720 PV, which is platinum, you become diamond 1. Now, so the ranks can be divided into 3: pre-diamond, diamond, and star directors. Diamonds are from 720 PVs to 1,499,999 PVs. Anything from here to here, you are a diamond 1 to 7. We have diamond 1 to 7, so you are a diamond from 720 PV to 1,499,999 PVs. You are a diamond. Don't ever forget this. Your points don't flush. Your points keep adding on from the day you sign up. So if you signed up and went to bed for 1 year, your points are still there. They never flush. Then you have star directors. They are from 1.5 million PVs and above. Movement through the ranks have 2 qualifications, except for pre-diamond to diamond 2. From pre-diamond to diamond 2, you have only 1 qualification, which is number of PVs. So if your entire team is totaling up to 1680, then we'll see you as a diamond 2. That's the highest you can go with total PVs without any other condition. So don't forget, movement through the ranks have 2 qualifications, except for pre-diamond to diamond 2 that has 1 qualification, which is number of PVs. Let's look at it closely. Diamond 1. Remember I said pre-diamond is anything before 720 PVs. From 720 PVs, you are a diamond 1. You have no incentive, and there's only 1 requirement, number of PVs. So if your entire team is all 720 PV, you're a diamond 1. Or if you alone came in and bought products worth 720 PVs, a platinum, you are also a diamond 1. Then you have the diamond 2. So if you come in and you are a VIP, you're automatically a diamond 2. Or if your entire team work, everybody in your team, they've bought 60 PVs, combos, all sorts, and total PV in your team is 1680, you are also a diamond 2. You can be a diamond 2 alone, you can be diamond 2 with the entire team. That is the last point you can be alone. And then here, the incentive you have is that you have e-wallet savings. What does that mean? When your commission is being paid, the company puts 5% in your e-wallet for you that you can use for subsequent orders as you so desire. Now, from Diamond 3, the story changes. Diamond 3, requirement is 3600 PV, but in addition, you should have 2 D2s on separate legs. What does that mean? Total PV for the entire team is 3,600 PVs, but either leg 1 or leg 2 or leg 1 and leg 2 or leg 2 and leg 3 or leg 1 and leg 3, whichever way, somebody along that line must be a diamond 2. It doesn't have to be A, B or C. But no, diamond 2 is total. So for D to be a diamond 2, A2 will be a diamond 2 because total PVs is 1,680. Once that is achieved, you're a diamond 2. So if this man is a Q silver and registers Mr. D as a VIP, Mr. D VIP is diamond 2, Mr. A is also a diamond 2. Or it could be a conglomerate of 60 PVs that comes to diamond 2. But somebody A or B must be diamond 2 or C, any two must be diamond 2 for you to become a diamond 3. That's the condition. You must have 3,600 PVs all told, but 2 legs must have a D2. Does not matter the generation. For you to be a diamond 4, the total PV must be 15,000, but you must have 2 D3s on 2 separate legs. Now remember again, that means this person must be a D3. Now it doesn't have to be A that's a D3. E might become a D3 because E has 2 D2s under him. He becomes a D3. A cannot become a D3 because E has 2 D2s. D, there's no D2. F, there's no D2. E cannot become a D3, but E can be a D3. So your upline can be a D2 while you're a D3. That's why we say in Longrich, overtaking is allowed. For you to become a diamond 4, somebody here, here, and here, or here must be a diamond 3. So if Mr. K is a diamond 3 and Mr. B is a diamond 3 and you have total of 15,000 PVs, you become a diamond 4. If Mr. F is a diamond 3 and Mr. D is a diamond 3, Mr. A can be a diamond 4 if you have 15,000 PVs while you still remain a diamond 2 because only this leg is growing. That is why Longrich is saying, don't eat alone and die alone. Empower people. If you are getting contact and recruiting, help your legs also to grow. But don't wait for your upline to help you to grow. Take responsibility and grow your leg. Sometimes your upline is incapacitated much more than you can imagine, and is just there. If you are waiting for him, you also will be there. But if you have learned to take responsibility, you are growing, you can overthrow or overtake your upline while he or she is getting herself together. It does not stop your business, you keep growing. So H can become a D5 and you are still a D2 because you don't have a D3 here, you don't have a D3 here. If all activity is on one leg, you cannot move forward. So in Longrich, we say help one another. That's why I will always say together we win. When A grows, you grow. When B grows, you grow. When C grows, you grow. But if A is refusing to grow with all the help, please look at who else can you work with on that leg. Don't sleep trying to beg A to wake up. If E is ready, run with E. If D is ready, run with D. It still counts for you. And the same thing, D5, you need to have 2 D4s and 75,000 PVs. Diamond 6, you need to have 225 PVs and 2 D5s on separate leg. Now, as a D4, you need to enjoy additional benefit of 1% worldwide travel incentive. And as a D4, you can apply for a stockist position. Even though from D2 and D3, you can actually become a junior stockist. But from D4, you can become a full stockist, a main stockist. D6, 225 PVs, 2 D5s on separate leg. You begin to enjoy another 1% car incentive, and actually the 1% travel incentive. Then we become a D7. Now, from this point to D6, it's been 2 legs, 2 legs, 2 legs. But as a D7, the company is saying stand on all 3 legs. So for it to be a D7, you must have 3 D5s on separate legs. and 450,000 PVs. At this point, you're going to enjoy 0.5% house incentive and diploma scholarship. Time you become a star director one, you enjoy additional 0.35 star director worldwide incentive and 4-year BSc scholarship, and the journey goes on and on. And so, how do you grow in Longrich? This is the leadership hierarchy. From silver, no requirement, 240 PVs. Sorry, it's 120 PVs. Gold, no requirements, 240 PVs. Platinum is a director one, a diamond one. Sorry, this they use director for everything. They are believing God for director. Whoever did this made a mistake. I copied this from a page, but please take notice it's direct. It should be diamond. From diamond two, no incentive, 1,680. No requirement. But from diamond three, requirements come in. Minimum of 2 legs, one D2 on each leg, and 3,600 PV. For diamond 4, minimum of 2 legs with one D3 in each leg and 15,000 PV. Diamond 5, minimum of 2 legs and 4 D4s in each leg and 75,000 PVs. Diamond 6, minimum of 2 legs with 5 D5s on each leg and 225 PVs. You can actually grow from 0 to diamond 6 with only 2 legs. That's the truth. And you would earn, because Longrich says have minimum of 2 legs. You will earn. But you will not qualify for any promo, because all promos stand on 3 legs, number one. Number two, you cannot become a star director until you grow the third leg and catches up to a D5 level. So it's always easy to just grow the legs from beginning and keep balancing as you go. If you want to go far in Longrich, balancing your leg is key. Make sure that you're recruiting and you are helping your team, and each of these legs are doing well. If you can have such a business structure, you will have built for yourself a healthy business organization, and that way there is no limit to where you can get to in Longrich. Indeed, Star Director beckons. God bless you.